It's this beautiful and large mandala looking motif. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the Granny Jae motif. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 3. Okay, so we're going to start with a slip knot, and you're going to start with row 1. For row 1, we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now into the first chain that you made, you're going to work 1 double crochet and a chain 1 7 times. So yarn over, go into the first chain with a double crochet. And then a chain 1. And you want that 7 times, so I'm going to do it again with you. Into the first chain, a double crochet and a chain 1. That's my second time. I'm going to do a total of 7 times off camera, and I'll see you when I'm done. All right, I just did my 7th repetition here. So now to kind of close the circle, we're going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Well, technically it's the 4th of the chain 5 that you started with. But you know how you did the slips or the double crochets, chain 1s into the first one? So now you're left with 4. So into the 3rd one, you're going to do a slip stitch, which is the 4th chain of the chain 5 you started with. And this here is the end of row 1. For row 2, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This chain 4 counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. Now we're going to do 1 double crochet into the first chain space. So between the beginning chain and double crochet, around the chain space, just a double crochet. Now we're going to chain 1. And now we're going to start the repeat. The repeat starts at 1 double crochet into the next double crochet. So into this double crochet, a double crochet. Then a chain 1. Then you want to do 1 double crochet into the next chain space. And then a chain 1. And this is what we want to do all the way around. Let's do it again together. The repeat starts at 1 double crochet into the next double crochet. Chain 1. And then 1 double crochet around the chain space. And then a chain 1. So do that all the way around, and I'll see you when you're done. All right, so at the end of the row here, we're going to finish off with that double crochet into the last chain space and a chain 1. And now to finish off this row, you want to do a slip stitch into the 3rd of the chain 4 that you started with. So into that 3rd chain, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull through to close. And this here is the end of row 2. Now for row 3, we're going to start with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3, which counts as a double crochet. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets together in the same place as the last slip stitch, which counts as a bubble stitch. So for double crochet 2 together, we're going to yarn over, go into that same place as the last slip stitch, which is the chain. So into there, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. Do that again, yarn over, insert your hook into that same chain, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And this here counts as a bubble stitch. Moving on, we're going to chain 2. And then into the next double crochet, you want a bubble stitch. So this is how we're going to do our bubble stitches every time moving forward. It's basically 3 double crochets together. So yarn over into the next double crochet, insert your hook and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. And do that a total of 3 times. So 2 more times, yarn over into the double crochet, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. 1 last time. You're going to have 4 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. And that's our bubble stitch. And continuing the repeat, then you want to chain 2. So this is what we want to do into each of the double crochets of the row. You want to do a bubble stitch into the double crochet and then a chain 2. Bubble stitch, chain 2, bubble stitch, chain 2. Remember, the bubble stitch is 3 double crochets together. So do that all the way around, and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, I just finished the last bubble stitch and chain 2 repetition. So now to finish off this row, we just want to do a slip stitch on top of the first bubble stitch. So you can go on top of that double crochet 2 together and then do a slip stitch. This here is the end of row 3. For row 4, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which counts as a double crochet. And then you want to do 3 double crochets into the next chain 2 space. So the one between the bubble stitches into there, 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to start the row repeat. We're going to do 1 double crochet into the next bubble stitch. So into the next bubble stitch, 8 double crochet. And then 3 double crochets into the next chain 2 space. Here is 1, 2, and 3. And that's what we want to do all the way around. Into the bubble stitch, you do 1 double crochet. Into the chain spaces, 3 double crochets. Do that all the way around and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just did my last double crochet into the last bubble stitch and I'm finishing off with the last chain 2 space. So into it, we want 3 double crochets. That is 1, 2, and 3. And so now to finish off this row, we're just going to do a slip stitch on top of the chain 3 that you started with. Find the third chain, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull through to close. This here is the end of row 4. Now for row 5, we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then you want to do a double crochet and a half double crochet into the same place as the last slip stitch. So into where the chain begins, we're going to do a double crochet and then a half double crochet. Now we're going to skip 1 stitch and then do 1 single crochet into the next. So we're skipping the next double crochet into the next one as single crochet. And now we're going to start the repetition. So the repeat for this row starts at skipping the next stitch and then doing a fan stitch into the next stitch. So for a fan stitch, that's what we're going to be calling it. Okay, so we skip the next stitch into the next. The fan stitch begins at 1 half double crochet. Then 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then you want to do a half double crochet, all into the same stitch. That's what we're going to be calling our fan stitch. So continuing the repeat, you skip 1 stitch and then into the next, do a single crochet. And this is what we want to do all the way around. I'm going to do it again with you. The repeat starts at skipping the next stitch and into the next doing a fan stitch. For a fan stitch, you want a half double crochet, 3 double crochets, and then a half double crochet into the same stitch. Then you want to skip 1 stitch and into the next do a single crochet. This is what you want to do all the way around. So do that and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, I just went all the way around. And so now at the very end, you're going to have 1 stitch left, which you will skip. And then you're going to finish off this row by doing a half double crochet into the first chain that you started in to finish off this fan stitch at the very beginning. So into that same spot, do a half double crochet and then 1 double crochet. And now to finish off this row, we want to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that you started with. So here are my chains, and into the top one, I'm going to do a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 5. Now for row 6, we're going to start with a chain 1 and then 1 single crochet into the same place as the last slip stitch. Then we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet into the center double crochet of the next fan stitch. So you know how you have half double crochet, 3 double crochets, and half double crochet. So the center double crochet would be the second one. Into there, we're going to do a single crochet. And then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find the center of the next fan stitch, the center double crochet. Into it, do a single crochet. And that's what you want to do all the way around. We do a chain 5 and then a single crochet in the middle double crochet of each fan stitch. Do that all the way around. I'll see you when you're done. Okay, I just did my last repetition here. So the last chain 5. And now to finish off this row, you're just going to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row. You insert your hook into that single crochet, grab the yarn and pull through to close. And this here is the end of row 6. Now for row 7, we're going to do a slip stitch into the first of the chain 5, the first chain 5 space. Into there, we do a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you want to do 6 double crochets around the chain space. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now moving forward, what you want to do is do 7 double crochets into each of the chain 5 spaces. So 7 double crochets all the way around, and I'll see you when you're done. As you can see, this is getting quite big. So now I just finished the last 7 double crochets into the last chain space. So now to finish off this row, we want to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that you started with. And this here is the end of row 7. Now for row 8, we're going to do a slip stitch into each of the first 6 double crochets. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to chain 1 and do 1 single crochet between the last double crochet worked and the next double crochet. So basically what that means is we're going to do a single crochet between the groups of double crochets. So there's like a little bit of a gap there. Into there, insert your hook and do a single crochet. Continuing on, we're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this is where the repeat starts. We're going to skip 7 double crochets, so this entire group, and then do 1 single crochet between the double crochets. So between the groups of double crochets, in between there, a single crochet. Then you chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is what we want to do all the way around. Skip the group of double crochets, in between do a single crochet, and then a chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's what we want all the way around. So do that and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so once you've come all the way around, you'll skip the last 7 double crochets and you'll come up to the first single crochet that you started with on this row. So you're going to do a slip stitch there. We're going to insert your hook into the first single crochet, grab the yarn and pull through to close. And this here is the end of row 8. Now for our last row, row 9, we're going to start with a chain 1. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet into the same place as the last slip stitch. Now we're going to work into the chain 6 space. You're going to work the following 2 times. You're going to chain 2, do 1 double crochet into the chain space, and then do that again. Chain 2, 1 double crochet into the chain space. And now we're going to do 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. So into the single crochet, just 2 single crochets. And this is what we want to do all the way around. I'm going to do it again with you. The repeat starts at a chain 2. And then doing 1 double crochet into the next chain 6 space. Then that again, chain 2. 1 double crochet around the chain 6 space, then chain 2, and then do 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. 1 and 2. That's the repeat you want to add that final border with like the waves. So chain 2, 1 double crochet around the next chain 6 space, chain 2, double crochet around the same chain 6 space, chain 2, 2 single crochets into the single crochet of the previous row. So do that all the way around, and when you've come around, what you're going to finish off with is you're just going to have to skip that last single crochet of the 2 that you begin with, and then do a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row, since you already have 1 there. You're going to finish off with the repetition around the chain space, and then just 1 single crochet into the same spot, and then slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row. So do that, and then you'll have your final motif. All right, here we have it. This is so stunning, you guys. I absolutely love this. This is quite large, as you can see, but it is so beautiful. It kind of gives a mandala effect. So pretty. Flower in the middle, then some petals on the outside, and kind of like a structured ring around it. Would be really beautiful for a surface. Sew them together at some pieces, like at certain points, and then make a larger piece with this design. So pretty. I used cotton size 3 that's a little soft, but I can see this with just some yarn that's a little maybe tougher, or even like a thick yarn would make for like a really big, beautiful, even a rug if you just use really thick yarn and then make it even bigger. Real stunning. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.